Yo, welcome back, demons. Today, what do we have? ToA 500s straight to the invos. Let's go. So this is what we're gonna be rocking for today's 500. The one thing that is like obvious is that we have overly draining on. Fear not, but we have overly draining on. And if you're not sure what overly draining is, that basically means when you spec, 100% of your spec bar disappears. But you can pop a adrenaline and it will take only 50% of your spec. That's the trick. So don't be too scared of that. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna be taking a lot of sand few. One thing that we will be taking though, we're gonna take a surge pot. Super combat surge pot. And then the rest is gonna be just pure sand few, but we will pre-pot so we can make this monkey room a little bit easier. This is what we're gonna be pre-potting. And then we're gonna pre-pot with the heart as well. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, this is the gear and inventory, by the way. These are, well, I guess this is just for the people that want to complete a 500 raid and you're not sure what to do. You've given it a couple tries, you failed. This is that video to get through it. Let's go, man. The best invos on the market. Black screen, hold on. This thing is so primitive, hold on. We're good. Don't get nervous. Alright, we're valid. Let's go. So we're gonna enter. Drop 3 sand fuse. Make sure our weapons are up here that we want. Put your quiver on. I like to put the range necklace on. Don't know if it's a necessity, but yeah. Protect range. So you'll never one-shot the shamans. It's something we got to keep in mind. It's always going to be a 2-hit on this. You're always going to one-shot like the acid little man. But yeah, shit's pretty smooth other than protect range here on us, or a melee, I mean. Don't be afraid to use your spec or anything if you need health. On the green ones, you can actually use this to just get your health back. You'll use a little prayer, but it's very much so worth it if you are nervous that you're going to take damage on the next one. So we're going to use the baboons to our advantage here. Alright, so here we're just going to get full health. There it is. And then we'll just blow pipe the rest. The first room is always pretty chill. It actually used to be a little bit more annoying, but after that ToA patch, well not patch, but low-key a patch, that ToA update, it made everything like insanely easy, especially Akkha. Especially this first room too. When we get in there, we just need an inventory spot to switch to the blowpipe later. Make sure we spawn our thrall up. I like to keep it towards the bottom more, because when he goes up at like 65%, you don't have that much space to travel. We're gonna go ahead and handle these little baboons. Just make sure when you attack him, you just click away so you don't get hit with their banana peels. Because that will rock you, I think it's 20. Like I said, around 65%, he will be going. On the next 2 hits, probably. On this next hit, he'll be going. So make sure you're just towards the bottom. Blowpipe. There it is. And we're good there. Make sure we repop our green when needed. Again, drag him to the bottom. And notice how we're not saving prayer. We're camping piety. If you really want to be careless, camp that piety, man. As seen on TV right now. Okay, so he'll be going soon. There he goes. Blowpipe out. Make sure we pop our rig. Yeah, it should be good. So here, this is where we can start flicking now because we have nothing to worry about. You don't have to flick. This is a no flick 500. But you can if you want to. For the easy parts. Oh yeah, don't pop your prayer there. Should be good. Changing my song right now. That's why I'm taking all this damage. Wait, we never repopped our green. Amateur move. Alright, so that's Baba done. Kephri, here we come. Or Kephri, depending on how you know him. For all my blokes that play that FIFA, Neymar just hit the packs today. After not being in the game. For all my people that love football or soccer. So that's a big day. And like I always say, whoever made this puzzle, you know, bless them. Because they just simply weren't thinking. Alrighty. Here we go. We pumped. Clearly. Pydion. Thrall spawned. We're gonna use these tiles. These are the default tiles on the tile packs plugin for Kephri. Now he's gonna go. We're gonna set the melee trap here. Now we can technically beat off the piety, so we will. We don't want to kill him here. We want him to drop his eggs, and then we want to set the melee trap 2 up. So we're off the piety. Just popping nothing right now. And if you get close, I stop. I don't know if you guys know anything better. So we're probably right here. We can pop that piety back on. We want it as close as possible. Protect range. Here we go. And we set that melee trap too. Piety's back. And then we pop our mage thrall. That's key. Alright, here we go. So that's that. Honestly, you can damage the scarabs. I simply just don't feel like it, but that just shows you the freedom you have with this. Is it the best option? Of course it is. Do it if you can. So here we just do our DPS and enjoy our life. Be ready to nuke the major. We don't tank the mage hit, we actually do kill the major. So yeah, be prepared for that. So we'll use the little dung stacks. Alright, here we go. Now we got the major that we need to handle. If you hit anything over 40, he'll move. If you hit close to a 40, he'll move. And if you hit 3 times, he'll move. Sometimes I'll hit a 40 and he just simply won't move. Not 100% sure how it works. Just got the general idea. This one gets nuked by the mage, I didn't know that. Remember to use them dung stacks in the corner. So here we just have a straight shot. We'll make the time, so you could actually start flicking piety, or just don't use it at all, or use it. I'll use it and camp it just to show you like Nasa no flicky. But if you guys are nervous about your prayer, you'll just turn it off or flick. It's not necessary though. Alrighty. Now we just got that DPS. Now, if you guys did camp it and you're looking at your prayer, just let your prayer run out. They will not do 78 damage to you. So if it runs out, don't be afraid. You don't need to protect range. Exhibit A. They'll hit like 5s and around there, but they won't kill you. Alright, there goes Kephri, the big dog. Alright, so let's talk to the spirit. We're taking power. You should bank your green, but I'm just gonna drop it. I like to do Akkha because honestly, Akka's a toughie if he gets up there. I just despise Akkha. I would rather do a 5 Zebak than a 4 Akkha, to be honest. It's just so boring. There we go. Of course, I gotta troll a little bit, right? Apparently. There we go. Alright, we got that down. Deposit that pick. Pop that salt and get up in there. I like to spawn a mage straw here. White, yellow, black, yellow, black. With the setup, I like to just swap to the blowpipe. You'll do like a couple hundred damage, maybe. But you want to fast, just like switch back to the gear for the shadows, like this. White, red, white, yellow, white. So we will end up using a Karis Partisan of the Sun spec. So make sure we're popping our death charge. And then we could just pop our surge pot if we really need it, like urgently. Should be fine though. Yellow, white, yellow, white. So we're gonna be popping it soon. Make sure our prayer is up. Black, yellow, white. black, red, black, yellow. Alrighty. Straight to the Zebak. We'll be maging him. Oh no. Hmm. Just taking infinite damage. That's not supposed to happen. We'll be fine. Alright, so we just want to make sure these two are at the top. And then we'll be valid to just rip. I like to put preserve on early so I don't think about it later. No big deal, guys. Come on. That's what we call close, but hey, the cigar's in the mouth. Alright, let's go. Just make sure the heart doesn't land on you. As long as that doesn't happen, and you're getting that damage in, it's perfecto. Alright. That's where the T-boat comes into play. So far, so good. So even though we missed like a split second of it, doesn't do any damage to us, we'll still get it. You just can't, it can't land on you because then you really do miss that tick. We're gonna end up specking here just to get full health going into this fight. And then yeah, pop our surge pot. That's where the fun starts. If y'all don't know how to skip, you just go to the skip tile and then spam click the red skull. Then if you guys don't know how to react, you just do the opposite of his hand. So his left hand goes up, you go right, and then you're back in cycle. So when we just wait to protect something, and then we spam click the skull. Again, we're reacting off the hand. I'm not looking where like the last was or nothing like that. Or remembering anything, I'm just reacting. So now we wait for the whistle. There it is. And then we go. We'll have time to protect that. It'll be close, but we got it. And then wait for another whistle. There it is, and then move. And now we're in cycle again. Put our preserve on. So that's when we're gonna hear two whistles. There it is. Then we're gonna hear whistle, and then we're good. You don't want those boulders falling on you. It's just unnecessary damage. So if you hear that whistle, that's how you know, like, alright, move off that tile. Now in this situation, we're walk around. Just walk around, alright? And you'll be completely protected. You might take one piece of damage. Toots out when you need to, but other than that, you're just walking around. Right there, we took a little damage. That was just accidental. Things happen. You gotta stay locked and loaded. And there we go. That was a 35-16. Was it sloppy? Yeah. Is it a completion? Yeah. Of course it is. Like, shit get really wicked. It's a perp. You could taste it. Now, this is where you wake up out of that trance. Like, yo, we're back. And it could be purple. This could be a shadow. Oh my god. Straight to it now. Lock in, guys. Mm, Shit get wicked. Shadow. I was early on it too. That's unheard of. Well, swear I got a shadow on that one. But that's the luck of the draw, guys. Bank that couple mil. That's the heat. Forgot to drop the curse thing, but hey, that was the raid, guys. This is what it's looking like. Now, your raid's not gonna look exactly like this. You can easily clean up the damage. You can get faster. You might be a little slower. You might take more damage. Notice how we had one sip of the Sanfu. This is with healing probably 3-4 times during this raid. So if you can clean that up to 2, obviously you have what, over 100 prayer. So that's like a full sip. Um, Mistakes were made, and we still got the completion. That's just at the end of the day. You don't have to be perfect to complete this. You don't need a T-bow. You can use Oath Plate. You can use, different things to make it cheaper. You don't need this exact gear. But yeah, man. That's that ToA 500, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Toodles.